The paralysis effect from the bloodsucker was slowly starting to wear off, and as it did, Ian lifted himself off the ground to have a look at just what was going on. In the center of the arena was lit up by the small glowstone where Vorden was standing. As the bloodsucker lifted himself off the ground, he pulled the metal object that had been lodged into his shoulder and dropped it onto the floor. Crack! Instead of going in straight for an attack and charging in, though, the bloodsucker dug its claw into the wall and started to climb upwards. "How are we meant to see him now?" said Vorden. "It's too dark and the beast can attack from anywhere." He lifted his hands and started to crumble up each of the chairs into several metal spikes, all looming above his head. The other spears that were targeted had managed to penetrate him, going through his body and sticking him to the ceiling of the dome. However, the hole marks that could be seen in his body quickly healed up. "This thing, why isn't it dead yet?" Vorden said. Its eyes were slowly adjusting to the light that had surrounded Vorden, and now it could see the spikes as it left his side. The bloodsucker continued to move forward, avoiding each and every spike thrown at it. Then, when it was close enough, it swung its claw out. As it took a step forward, though, it felt something sharp pierce into its foot. As the beast looked down, it was another metal spike. It looked in the distance and noticed that Ian had managed to recover. Suddenly, though, tears started to fall from the little one's face. Now that the beast was close enough, the light from the stone shone and revealed the face and clothes of the beast. The beast in front of him was wearing the same uniform, and although it didn't look exactly like Quinn, it had similar qualities in its face. He didn't know what happened to make Quinn turn into a creature like this, but he could feel that the beast and Quinn was the same person. "What are you doing?" Ian shouted. "Kill it!" Ian then pulled out his trusty dagger, ready to attack, but when he looked in front of him, the beast had vanished from his view. The next second he was staring up at the ceiling with his back on the floor. Then when he looked down at his body, his legs were now completely detached from himself, blood pouring from them. The bloodsucker then dragged the top half of Ian's body away into the hallway out of the arena, afraid that the other person might disturb its meal. The students had just been informed that the portal expedition that was meant to be going on today would be cancelled. Layla had been planning to confront Peter on the situation, especially since he had been acting so strangely, but before she could even get to him, he had already run away. "Come on, Erin, let's go find out what he's hiding," Layla said. But as she took a few steps forward, she noticed that Erin wasn't following her. "I have no need to get involved in your affairs," Erin replied. "You and Vorden are clearly the strongest in the class, and if you want to outperform the others from the other classes, you're going to have to team up with each other." After hearing Layla's last words, her eyes suddenly lit up. "Let's go find that rat." As they continued to search for Peter, they still couldn't find him, but they did find a group of people who might have known where he was. It was Earl and his group of 5 other boys. "Haven't I seen them hang around with Peter a few times at breakfast?" The group were inside one of the training centers. If Layla was on her own, she would have never approached the group, but she had Erin by her side. "We're not here looking for trouble, just wondering if you knew where Peter was," she said, putting on a fake smile. The group looked at each other and started to laugh. "Peter?" Earl said. "I wouldn't be surprised if that kid tried running out of the city by now. Anyway, buzz off, you two. We're not saying a single thing. If you want to find Peter, then go find him yourself." Erin then started to walk up to the group of 5. "I don't want to waste any more time." Before the other students could even react, she had already thrown the ice spear, hitting Earl on his shoulder and pinning him against one of the drums that were used to show a student's power. As Earl's body landed on the drum, the number started to rise until it eventually stopped at 20. The group watching this knew she was strong, but the machine had only confirmed their fears. However, she didn't care. She then placed both of her hands on the ground, and a trail of ice started to appear, traveling across the floor, eventually reaching the group's legs and freezing them all in place. "Now, which one of you is going to tell me what I want to know first?" Erin said. "Wait, I'll tell you everything. I don't know where Peter is. He was meant to meet us here a while ago, but he never showed up. Peter, we're not sure exactly what happened, but we heard he pushed Vorden into a portal. That's all we know. We don't know why Quinn is missing as well." Of course, Earl was the one who was behind everything. He and his group had given Peter the instructions to push Vorden into the portal. When they had heard the news that 2 students were missing and confirmed Vorden was one of them, they thought Peter had done what he asked. Unknown to them, Peter hadn't actually pushed Vorden, but Quinn instead. "The ice will melt in a couple of hours, or maybe someone in the room with an ability can help you. That's your punishment for making me wait, instead of telling this girl what she wanted straight away." As Erin walked off, exiting out of the training center, Layla quickly followed behind her. Thanks for that. That wasn't for you. I just hate it when guys think they're better than us. Better show people like that their place. Just then, though, as the two of them were about to exit through the doors, the door opened inward and a familiar face was seen. It was Peter.
Hi, Quinn here. Wondering what happens next? If you want to jump the queue and unleash all episodes, click on the link here and install the Pocket FM app.